a member of the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force and former New Jersey police detective as well. Hearing the judge there, a couple of things came up. First of all, we were talking about the families and what it must be like for them. Serving on police departments now are many members of our military. Yes. So these are men and women who have been away and have come back and have served their country in one way and are serving their country in another way, many of them. And we saw this down in Dallas, Texas. We had, members of former military who were on that police force who were killed.
Right. Harris, the family members are terrified over what they're seeing. It's obvious.
We all are.
But they are angry. And here's where the anger comes from. And the judge is right about a few things. First of all, the President of the United States, and I know it's been mentioned a lot on the air, but it's fact. You said you want facts, I'll give you facts. He has not given the police across this country the tools and equipment they need to combat this. He took away the military equipment that they had before Ferguson. He took away the funding that we needed for community policing to help build a gap between our communities and police. Him and the Justice Department sent out a false narrative. I could name them. Ferguson, Baton Rouge, Baltimore, all false narratives that the police were the bad guys. And this guy...
Hands up, turned out not to be true.
And this senator, I think it was from Minnesota, who immediately made this a race issue after that incident, he added so much fuel to the fire between that's been ignited between the races. They serve no purpose but to do much more harm than good. And let me add this, that we have to, as a country, come together. But first and foremost, we now have to defend the defenders. We now have to come forward and defend our police. And we do it in a number of ways. We have to get on our elected officials to have enough guts and courage to stand up and to tell the truth. That's number one. Number two, as the judge said, I don't want to make this into a political issue because it's really an American issue. You've got to get people in office that are law and order. Let me say this to you. I would say that maybe 90% of the time, and maybe in this case, you will learn that the shooters have a long history of criminal activity. We find it time and time again. Why are wives angry? Why are cops angry? We lock them up today, and the judges release them tomorrow. And they're released to go out and now kill police officers.
Defending our defenders. Steve, I'm glad you're with us today. And I want to reset. Because if you're just joining us, we're nearing the bottom of the noon hour on the East Coast time. We're here live in Cleveland for the Republican National Convention. And news, of course, breaking news changes all of that as we cover what's happened in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We can confirm here at Fox News that 3 police officers have died in an ambush that injured a total of 7. An unthinkable situation unfolding yet again in this country. The defenders, as you just heard Steve say, that now need our defending to keep them safe, are at the center of all of this. I want to bring in Rod Wheeler, former D.C. homicide detective and a Fox News contributor as well. He joins us live. Rod, do you